Most of us are prepared for the battle. Few of us are prepared for the void, the silence that comes after the funeral, the echoing quiet of an empty house, the moment when the adrenaline fades and you are left with a God who seems absent. We assume that if we lose everything, we have failed or God has failed. But in the ancient texts, there is a story that challenges this. A story not about a sea parting or fire falling from heaven, but a story about the grit of simply waking up. Elimelech takes his family out of Bethlehem to escape death. But death does not need a map. It finds them in Moab. First the father, then the sons. Naomi is left in a foreign land surrounded by fresh graves. This is the brutality of life in a fallen world. You can do everything right and still lose everything you love. Naomi is not just grieving, she is hollowed out. She returns to Israel not as a returning hero, but as a cautionary tale. She is the walking evidence of a bitter providence. When the town greets her, she holds up a hand. "Do not call me Naomi," she says. "Call me Mara." Grief has a way of renaming us. Pleasant becomes bitter. This is the deepest wound of loss. It attacks our identity. We stop seeing ourselves as beloved children and start seeing ourselves as targets. Naomi believed a lie that many of us believe in our darkest hours. She believed that because her hands were empty, God's heart was closed. But then there is Ruth. Ruth, who has every right to leave. Ruth, who owes Naomi nothing. She makes a vow that defies logic. "Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried." This is not just poetry. This is a death grip on hope. Ruth looks at a woman with nothing to offer. No money, no sons, no future. And she says, "I will tie my life to your wreckage." This is the Hebrew concept of hesed. Loyalty that does not make sense. Love that stays when the music stops. We love the idea of resilience. We put it on posters. But real resilience is boring. It is painful. It looks like Ruth in the field of Boaz, bending down, picking up grain, hour after hour, under a burning sun. She is a foreigner. She is invisible. She is vulnerable. She does not see the end of the story. She only sees the next stalk of grain. But watch this. While Ruth is working in the dirt, the God of heaven is weaving a lineage. She thinks she is just surviving. God knows she's carrying the bloodline of the Messiah. Your faithfulness in the dark is not forgotten. Every step you take in the valley is being counted. Boaz enters the frame, the kinsman redeemer. He offers protection to the unprotected. He restores what was stolen. And suddenly, Naomi, the bitter one, holds a grandson in her lap. The emptiness is filled. The silence is broken by the cry of new life. God did not just give them their stuff back. He gave them a legacy. If you are in the season of loss today, if you feel like Mara, listen to me. The story didn't end in the famine. It didn't end in the grave. It didn't end on the threshing floor. Ruth leads to Obed. Obed leads to David. David leads to Jesus. Your pain is not a dead end. It is a passage. Keep walking. The Redeemer is coming.